right now I am currently trying to find a tier list with all of the Resident Evil characters.
Oh yeah. What was the? Oh yeah, there was one on just the basically the reach for the moon engine bosses. That's
Uh,
we don't have to do that. You want
no,
just
I was
like
trying to look like the actual like human characters.
just yeah.
Um, like I found a list and it doesn't even have all of the characters. I don't think. I'm like looking at this. I'm like, I feel people missing from this.
Yeah, it's no, that is a
Like, unless no, I
good.
think they've got a good amount of the characters on here that I found.
Are you looking at the
Not the
one
one you
that
have on.
where Ada is oh, the one I have on screen?
No, I didn't have that one. I had one that actually had like the names of the characters on there. Uh,
Uh
I was trying. You remember the ones we did the Pokemon characters?
oh, you want to do a hot list?
I
Almost
need the people need to know that.
even less. Longest Resident Evil character ranking red. Okay, that's like those people. You want me to just to do the one that had the wait Smash or Pass? Does this have a
I
lot of?
saw.
Okay, this actually has a lot of characters too. I don't even. Some of these are from the fucking like movie and shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at that one, and they're like, they have one, and there's like enemies, and I'm like, why are there like random bugs? I'm not. I'm not saying bugs.
You don't want
Yeah,
to
I
do
don't
the
know. Like,
horny.
we're not doing this one. I'm not
Okay,
doing the
here I'll
bugs.
link the other one that I found that's just has a bunch of
Yeah, I linked
care.
the one I found, but like,
Let me see. Watch this be the exact same one. Oh no, it isn't. Okay, here I can link the one that I found. Although
okay.
the labeling is also kind of nice because mine has more characters. Although some of them
Hmm.
are
Like,
some
I don't
of
know
you
most of
might have
these. Like,
more relevant characters.
hmm. I feel like some of these are like characters I just couldn't tell you a thing about.
Yeah, a couple of them are probably from like Revelations or Code Veronica or stuff like that.
Let's
Oh
just go with
yeah,
the names on it because I feel like I recognize most of the names.
yeah, and it might help a little bit. Sure, we can do that one.
Hmm.
Okay. So we're doing a sexy tier list.
Yes.
A category. Oh wait. Actually, I'm gonna. I forgot how I ranked these before. Let me see. Let me go back.
I gotta make a category for I am not rating that.
Yeah, there's thankfully
Um,
there's probably less than with Pokemon, but
yeah, no, I just saw Evelyn on the list. That's why. Because this,
yeah,
I don't care
that's
if
like
she's
the
an
big
old lady.
one. Yes. Ah, yes. Horny, hot, good looking. Meh. Nah. I refuse to rank this one. And I'm just gonna put an NA for a few characters I don't know. I'm all about the personalities, you know?
Yeah, let me see yours. You got. I want to see how many lists you have.
Oh, how many?
One, two, three, four, five. You have five, and I.
Yeah. Okay, the one downside is I'm also kind of basing it off the version of the picture. Because,
Mm-hmm.
like, it's showing RE5 Chris, which, I don't know. Do we want to just verbally specify which version we're thinking of?
Yeah, I think we just like it's just up to interpretation.
Yeah, okay, I might specify. Okay, because, like, okay, we'll do that. Oh god, they're showing Ethan's face.
I know he's so new.
But this
This is a
curse.
great time for me to realize I think like a good chunk of the cast is very attractive.
Who put Donna's face without the giant thing on her eyeball? It's weird. Why is that weird?
It's so wild. Like she's full.
Okay, I'm gonna have to come back to some.
This is epic. I this
This is, yeah, because are we dating this? Wait, how much this is based off sex versus like date?
um it's up to, I think, considering both.
Okay,
Also I'm putting Rosemary Winters obviously and refuse to answer.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I guess I'll put you. Okay, I'll put you there just because I like you.
I, for, I forgot about Piers Nivens. I had to change a bottom tier just to add Piers. I'm not answering for Lisa Trevor, by the way. I'm just
Oh yeah, no, that's fair. I'm not. What about Salazar? Are we answering Salazar?
why wouldn't we answer
I
Salazar?
don't know.
Genuine
He looks like a child, sort of, but also like a 70-year-old.
Oh, Salazar! For some reason, I was looking at Sadler.
No,
Yeah, no,
Sadler's
good
fun.
answer. Salazar is okay. He's 20. He has a
Okay.
voice line where he says, "I'm 20. I'm only 20 years old." Um, but I'm refusing to rate him because I just don't want to. Um, Sadler, though, I will rate. I feel like I might get judged for a little bit for this list. I'm putting so many people high up. This is really sad.
Okay, yeah, let me think about this for a moment.
There you go. That's right. Keep Albert Wesker in the higher tier. That's right. Sorry. This will make sense when I send you my tier list where he's at the literal top. I
uh,
made him a tier just for him.
okay. No, these are. Okay, so with Mother Miranda, can we make the assumption that she can't shapeshift? Because that like totally changes so much.
I mean, if that changes something for you, that's on you.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that would also be assuming that she actively wanted to and not like I'm like she'd be like, "Oh, don't you love me for myself?" I'd be like, "No," turn into somebody else.
Okay, yeah, no, fair. I thought you meant like in like her spider form, and I'm like, if you're
No, no,
talented
I
enough
meant
for a
like
spider form.
she turns into someone like I don't know, or she's like, "Here, watch me transform into massive boobies." Watch as I become one giant boob.
Okay, are you ready to share your tier list?
Okay, hang on. Let me just finish my last minute adjustments.
What? Wait, you actually rated Salazar?
Yeah.
Okay, fine, I'll rate him.
I was just checking to be safe.
I'll rate him, and you're not gonna like the answer.
Okay, I'll go with this for now. Okay.
Okay. Saving and downloading.
Okay, let me upload.
Okay.
Oh, I should have removed the NA tier.
Oh, I should have done that. Hold on, let's do that real quick.
Okay, yeah, hang on.
Smart to do.
Try that again. Message. There we go. We don't need that. I guess we technically didn't even need the I refuse to rank, but we gotta look morally good.
Yeah. Okay, so let's let's talk about our lists.
Okay, okay, let's should we Okay, so for now we'll just consolidate Albert Wesker
Into Smash.
yeah, for the sake of argument. Yeah, you actually this is one of the times where you have more smashes than I do for sure. I look very basic. But then again, you have the same 3 in there, so I can't complain.
Okay, yeah, but like,
Yeah.
and I'll see what else I got in there besides Albert Wesker, because you put him in hot. I'll forgive you this time.
Yeah, I mean, there's something about the evil part, like the really evil like part, that brings him down a tier for me.
Oh, but you put Lady D.
Yeah, but like Lady D's like hot. No, no,
You say that like Albert Wesker didn't invent the word.
no, but no, she's more of a like a consolidated evil. Like she's evil, but like not to the whole world, just to like the little village. Albert Wesker just
is evil to the whole world because like it's equal opportunity.
Albert Wesker just wants to kill everyone.
Yeah, except me though. I'm special.
Okay, Excella.
See, that's why she's also on like at the top of my list is because
She's so easy to manipulate.
No, I was gonna say that I could treat her better than he could though.
I mean, anyone could treat her better than he could.
I know, and I'm gonna prove it. Anyway, do you have any questions about anything else in that tier?
Uh, yeah, no, yeah. Some of these characters that I'm like, I didn't put as high, but I know that you like them, and I'm not. I get why you like them. What's going on with Nemesis? That one I just would like to have a few.
I don't know if I should answer.
Oh, that's okay. You may as well. Are you into tentacles?
No, I just like the fact that he's big and scary.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know what it was. I think we were playing Resident Evil 3, and the entire time I'm sitting there like, hear me out. Hear me out, though. He is a little fine. I couldn't tell you why. Like, I just know that man is a monster in the room. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. I feel like the whole time he'd be talking about somebody else.
Yeah, that's okay though.
I mean, then again, that's the only thing he says, but still.
He had to speak in like Morse code using the word stars. Um, yeah, no, I think the other choices, merchant, you understand, right?
Yeah,
Luis,
yeah.
you understand. I think we can all understand the Duke. No hesitation for the same reason as the merchant. I would lay it all on the line. Um, Ada, obviously. Uh, let's move on to our hot tier list.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Who's we talking
Well,
about
that'll be
first?
so mine would be the fine AF, but we'll talk about yours.
Okay.
Albert Wesker, should be higher, but I'll accept it. Claire, good. Ethan, good. Leon, the only reason I can't put him there is because I just couldn't. There's part of my heart says there's just not like I just like I would get into a fist fight with him, I think.
I'm actually kind of surprised.
I I like Leon, but not because I think he's hot. I would rather like I can't stand him. He's my one of my favorite characters though.
Okay, yeah.
Like I think it's because I wish I was him and it makes me mad that I'm not him.
Yeah, the jealousy issue. Yeah, he
Yeah,
definitely seems like the one in the out of everyone here that you'd end up jealous of.
yeah. He gets women, dude. No, actually, no, I lied. He canonically doesn't get a woman.
Well, he
For
canonically
15
refused
years.
a woman.
And then also kept chasing after another woman that didn't want him. Heisenberg, okay. Are you sure? Are you
Yes,
sure you're
I
not
am.
like into men? No, Heisenberg's a good pick. Is there something you want to tell me?
Am I not allowed to have men in hot?
You are. I'm just like this feels like you've. I know what you've said to me about this man.
I just think he's a generally attractive man.
Would you let him hit it?
I don't know.
Um,
I'm gonna say that for every man, though, because I just don't know.
my dude is. My dude is
Depends how
just like.
seductive they are.
I think your answer is I don't know. Hee hee. What if they ask me though? Hee hee. Maybe they
Yeah.
should ask me so I can find out. Hee hee. Um. Ada, understandable. Carlos, understandable. Helena, not really my type, but I can understand
Yeah, you
it.
know what? I think maybe I'd move her down one now that I think about it. I was like, she's generally good looking, and then I went, oh, but her personality is so fucking boring.
Yeah, that's the reason I didn't put her up high. It's just because I'm like,
Yeah,
what did she
I
do
might
again?
move her down one, and we'll just say, because, yeah, now that I think about it,
Jake
she's.
Mueller on this Oh, go ahead.
No, she's just like wet paper.
Yeah. um, on the sole reason of like, I feel weird being into Jake Mueller considering I'm so into Albert Wesker that I can't not view Jake Mueller as anything besides like the weird stepson we don't discuss.
Uh huh.
um, so I put probably not.
You know what? I can understand. Yeah, I think he's just a generally attractive
No,
man.
he's attractive. I would feel weird
Yeah,
like
yeah. You're not into like the three way.
if I've like been into his father.
What if that's the
That's
only way Wesker's willing to do it?
Wesker doesn't even know Jake exists.
Well, he needs the
Uh,
father-son bonding time.
oh my god, we're not answering.
Yeah. Anyway.
I do appreciate that you had Ethan in there. I'm gonna say obligatory blonde, white, skinny man on your hot list. I'm
Okay.
surprised you didn't put him
He's
in.
different at
I'm
least than like the other
okay,
guy.
sorry, no. I'm sorry you didn't put. I'm mad you didn't put him in the horny list solely because I really wanted you to continue the pattern of a bunch of hot women and then one blonde guy.
Okay. Funny enough, I was genuinely considering it. But this is just because he's just like super dad. Like you could rely on this man.
Ethan Winters, I would like. I genuinely like. I need him to hold me lovingly
But yeah,
and like
he's
on a on a.
he's just the most normal character out of everyone on this list.
Oh yeah. He
Uh,
really is. Mia Winters, his wife. I can understand it. Sherry.
okay, so I do
Um,
want to point out with Sherry that it is. I get that it's weird because she was in two, but I also sort of view her differently because I actually played 6 before I played 2. So that
No, I'm not judging you for that. I'm just like I don't understand it, but I don't judge you. I'm
she's
just
attractive and she's sweet.
she is sweet. But I think she falls into the Jake Mueller trope where I'm just like because I'm more into her biological parents, it feels weird.
Fair enough.
Um Shiva, yes, girl. And Hunnigan, yes. Both women that are entirely slept on,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
genuinely. Um and then because they're also in my fine AF list.
Yes,
I've
let's
noticed
see.
that. I also got Ethan in there, yes, sir. Annette Birkin, yes,
I
ma'am.
get that, yeah.
Barry
I
also
get
got
that you
yes,
like
sir,
Barry.
ma'am.
Not my type, but I totally understand.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with Sadler? Maybe is it just because of
Mr.
the
X.
tentacles as well?
Mr. X, guys. Let's move on to Mr. X so I can
I'm not
describe what
even
he
mad. I'm not even mad about Mr. X. I just want to know what's going on with Sadler here.
hunk then, guys. But no, with Sadler, I'm like, I don't know. I literally don't
Is it like the
know.
mysteriousness?
I think it's the fact that he's evil. I don't.
Do you want me
It's
just to
just
be
mystery.
evil? Do I need to like kick some puppies or something?
Don't get some puppies. Just like take over a village.
Okay, fair
What's
enough.
so hard to ask? Is for
Hold.
you to like dress evil and have a really evil voice and be like, yes,
I'm gonna have to try.
I'm taking over the.
I'm gonna try to seduce you next time by wearing like the most evil looking outfit I can find in my house, which is gonna be nothing evil looking at all. I'm gonna come in with like a
You're gonna
hoodie.
you're gonna wear like socks and sandals and be like, yes.
If I wanted to look like Barry, yeah, I would.
I don't know. I literally don't know what it is about Sadler. Like he's not a good person, but like something about him was just like, uh,
Is it the eye in his mouth?
no, that bumped him down a tier actually.
Just one though.
Well, yeah, he can't go any higher than that because the other one's reserved for Albert Wesker. um, yeah, as we talking about Mr. I think Mr. X falls into the Nemesis clause. I think
Yeah. Funny, I think I have Mr. X higher than Nemesis. Probably just because Mr. X is a bit more human.
that's
Um,
fair.
Nemesis, I feel like you'd like try to kiss him and then you'd end up with a bunch of blood on your mouth.
Yeah, that's kind of like the interest of it. Like,
Okay, wait. So you want me to be evil, blood on the mouth? Okay, keep
come
going.
on. Lady D would have blood in her mouth. She's a vampire and she drinks blood.
Yeah,
You
but
don't
she
think
seems
she'd
like
be
she
able to.
cleans up after herself. How
Okay.
many people
That's
just like
true.
leave a bunch of wine on their face and then make out?
Honestly, I wish she would do that to me.
uh,
I almost just went into like those stupid Tumblr poetry things like, oh, wish she'd leave the wine on her lips so when we kiss I could get drunk off her taste.
uh,
I felt like a six. I felt like like one of those like fake deep fuck boys take over me for like 5 seconds just to think of that. Um, Hunk. I don't think we need to explain Hunk. I don't think we need. I think he just makes sense to be here.
yeah,
And I'm
like
sure
I
you
get it
agree.
and I don't get it.
I can't see his face, and that's 80% of the appeal.
Yeah, like I get it. I just could never do it.
That's fair. And then finally, Mother Miranda.
I feel like
She's
yeah, Hunk is
pretty.
definitely the type to not take off the mask. He's like, no, the mask stays on during sex.
And I'd be like, hee hee, I would never ask you to do that anyway.
It's just like a glory hole, but as a person.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next
But I give
one.
Mother Miranda. Okay, next
So we
tier.
both have our good looking tier. We'll start with mine this time.
Sure.
William Birkin.
Yep.
Any complaints?
Nope. I don't think I really have any points on
Here, you can
anything
go down
here.
the list yourself if you'd like.
No, I think I get all this.
Yeah, Carlos, Mia, Claire. Yeah, they all make sense.
Yep.
Uh, for your good looking, we got Chris. Not my thing, but
So
I
the
can
reason I
understand it.
have Chris is explicitly because of the village version of him, I think. He would be down and meh if it wasn't for the village version of him, but
Mhm.
I like the village version of him. I don't know, like the actual like gruffy man look that he gets, as opposed to just looking like a fetus with muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Sorry, that was. I just processed you said that. That's so mean. You're right, but you're so mean.
like,
Like, I can't say you're incorrect, but like, dude, if somebody said that about me, I'd deactivate my social medias.
um, but yeah, no. So I like the village look of him more than, because at that point he actually has confidence too, sort of. Even if I think he's still in a rough place of mind, it's not like the 6 version of him where he's just like a whiny asshat, or the 5 version of him where he's just the living embodiment of steroids. And 1
True.
he's just like the most boring generic white man. I think it's the confidence that helps with him.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm just like Chris. Just feels like he's just like the basic white guy to me.
No, and I get that.
um, Mother Miranda makes sense. Mr. X makes sense.
So
Ashley, I understand. She just looks kind of young for me.
yeah,
Not in
no,
like a
that's why
weird way, but
she
just
wouldn't
like
be higher for me too. Like I don't have anything against her, but yeah, it's the young look and the sort of general
childish
immaturity.
demeanor.
Yeah, that.
I think it's the same reason I don't put Rebecca any higher than I
Yeah, that's
do.
the same with me too. Is like I just can't. It feels a little too weird.
Duke though, Duke
Yeah,
should have been a little higher.
the reason
Duke should have been
okay,
fun.
so Duke, like both Duke and Merchant, like I really like them, and they seem like they'd be fun, but I also could not see myself doing anything sexual with either of them.
That's so awesome because I could, and I'd let them both do it at the same time.
Oh, but you won't let Jake and Albert do it at the same time?
The Duke and the Merchant are not father and son. Do not. They are lovers.
um, but
It is different. Yeah, no, I totally get with that Ashley and Rebecca thing.
yeah,
Then you got Annette,
yeah, I don't know
understandable.
why Annette, I like, I couldn't quite convince myself to put her in hot, and I'm not 100% sure why. Um,
Is it because she's evil? You
yeah, it
know,
might
like
just be the
real
general
women.
craziness.
I think that's what makes me put her higher, honestly.
Yeah. But
Um,
it feels like she's evil, but she doesn't like fully understand how to be evil.
mhm.
Like she's just like learning. She's in the
Yeah,
process,
that's fair.
and then she dies because she without ever reaching her full evil potential.
True.
But she also isn't like she's redeemed, but like not enough to be like, oh no, now she's a good person. I like her. It's more of a
Mhm.
okay, you're not that big of a shithead.
Yeah, I understand that.
And then the daughters, I almost put them lower just because they made them. This image makes them all look like the Joker, which is a turnoff. But
It is?
yes,
What am I supposed to do with all my makeup then?
okay. um,
Okay, hold on, let me go put my notebook. Doesn't like the Joker. Okay.
don't look like the Joker. No,
So you don't want me to come out and say, why so flaccid,
and
Batman?
it also seems
Uh,
weird because this also implies that we'd be dating all 3 at the same time.
I'm fine with that.
Oh, but you're not fine with Albert and Jake.
How would you feel if I dated your mom, huh?
How would you feel if I dated?
And
Nope, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say that.
you're gonna say my dad?
No. Honestly, I think it was worse than that.
What were you gonna say?
Uh,
My sister?
yeah, and then I went, no.
Thank God you rejected that one. Oh my God.
There's a reason I didn't say it.
If you chose that, you know where I'd be sending you to
Yeah.
jail. Um,
Um.
and then Donna Benevento, I also put her in there,
Yeah.
so
So
I
actually,
started
when
it
I
with
was
it.
seeing it on your list, I went, well, actually, maybe this is a bad idea purely because she still sort of has the mind of a child. I feel like. And she
Oh,
looks very
yeah, you're
pretty
right.
in this image, but at the same time, and yeah, she doesn't look at all young. Like there's so much going on there to unpack.
I feel like you could argue the same about Leatherface, though.
Yeah, but I'm not horny for Leatherface.
I am though, so
So I don't know. I guess that would, yeah. Like that's why yeah. I mean, she rocks in this photo.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I
She
think
she got yassified a little bit, I think.
yeah, the good looking like this could definitely fluctuate heavily. It would require like an actual conversation with her to determine
Oh yeah.
where she really belongs.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Uh, and then before we move on to your Met and my probably not, let's talk about my depends on the mood. Do you have any questions?
oh, Salazar.
Picture this night with me, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we're out there. We're in the undisclosed Spanish village, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm sitting there, and I go, you know, you look a little tiny. And he goes, I'm 20 years old. And I go, that's wild because you look both 80 and 8. And he goes, oh, I'm 8, all right. Wink, wink. 8 inches. And then I go, word? And he's like, come back to my domain and we'll find out. And then I would have to, and then
Wait,
like I
was
see like
it?
a
Sorry to
visual
interrupt. Was 8 inches referring to his penis or his height?
yes. Um he crawls inside of me.
So was his height. Got it.
No, I was thinking of the other thing, but the height is a funnier option. And I feel like with this scenario, my mind gets like the visual novel dialogue options like in my head, and I can't choose. So it really would depend on if I'm feeling adventurous or if I feel like I'd rather throw him across the river
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
watch him skip like a rock. Any question on the others though? For depends.
I would assume with Moreau, it's not necessarily a horny, but more of like a you want to be BFFs with him.
Moreau would actually know how to treat me right. I don't know. I feel like
I,
he understands me the most. I
my
feel like,
fear is
I,
that he he would be an incel.
but I could fix that.
Yeah, he actually seems like an incel who you could change, unlike some of them.
He feels like he's an incel because he got cursed to look like that, but then I'd be like, "It's okay, babe. I don't care if you're some ugly fish monster. I need it." And he'll be like, "You promise?" And I'll be like, "Yes, girl. They told me to get some omega-3 in my diet, if you know what I mean." And he'll be like, "Aw." And then he'll make me like a fishbone necklace or something, like what he wears on his head. Or those human bones. I don't care. Bones. He'll give me bones as jewelry. And I'll be like, "That's really sweet." And then we'll be sitting at like the lake that he created with like the big windmill thing, and like he'll be swimming around in there, but then he comes up from the surface and he has like this like oyster pearl ring, and he's like and he tells me about how he's been thinking about like getting with me, but then I tell him that I'm scared of commitment because of my past, and then he'd throw a fit and fling me across the lake. You know what I mean? I don't know what.
You've thought about this a little, little intensely. Anyway, you're probably not category. I think we've touched on a
Okay.
good chunk of these.
Yeah, the only two we haven't touched on are Zoe Baker. I just don't really know that much about her, and
Yeah,
then
she.
Nikolai.
And yeah, I feel like yeah, Zoe's low for me too. Like just because like I don't know, maybe she just gives too much like redneck southerner vibes too. On top of yeah, just like
You don't like rednecks?
not really.
Wow.
I don't know. So yeah, so
How
she's yeah, and I think yeah, the lack of knowledge ever doesn't help that scenario.
yeah.
And I just think of the bit where she's complaining about not getting injected with the vaccine thingy, which is not I like understandably she's upset, but that's like one of like the few things I remember about her. Is her going, fine, it's fine, I don't need y'all.
To be fair, it was between her or this man's wife.
Yeah, I know, and I'm
Like, you
like,
can't blame Ethan.
yeah,
Um, and then Nikolai, the only reason I didn't put him in no thank you is because while I absolutely wouldn't trust them to do it, I think at some point he could technically like bribe me in a little bit, like, we could be evil together, and I'd be like, together, you say? And then we'd get it on, and then I would tell him that actually I've changed my mind, and then spin on him before he can spin on me. So it probably wouldn't be super healthy, but I would want to know what it's like.
to be with
Like
Nikolai.
you just, yeah, just like once, and then
What do
never
you think
again.
it would be like?
not very interested.
I feel like he's definitely the type to come and be like, ah, yes, we are done now.
Yeah, and I'd be like, I'm not done. He'd be like, but I have finished. Okay, bye, and then like leave. And
Yeah, because
that's
he's
the reason I put him under probably not.
Yeah, no, I mean, he'd throw his clothes. He'd come and he'd have his clothes on in 20 seconds and be out the door.
I feel
Like you
like
wouldn't
I
even have the
edge him a
time
little
to
bit.
like protest it.
I feel like if you edge him, it would go longer, but like that's about it. But then he'd get mad that you did that, and he'd be like, "Oh, why would you do that? You have hurt my feelings." And then he'd like whip out his.
And not, yeah, he does seem like the type to really be into edging.
Yeah. So let's go into your probably not, which is
Okay.
your meh category. Jack Baker, understandable. Moreau hurts my feelings, but I understand it. Uh,
Hmm.
Nemesis, I think you touched on before. Barry, you just said wasn't your type, but that's fine. Marguerite, I know you're not into rednecks.
Yeah, I feel like okay. So the difference too is like with Marguerite and Jack Baker, this is more assuming they're not insane.
Mm-hmm.
Without the mold, because you know they're not. Neither of them are like making me like, you know, ooga booga. But they also seem just like a sweet old couple.
Yeah, that's true.
And you know the whole like, oh, I always wanted to run a hotel and a bed and breakfast, you know, from like the DLC.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just seems like they'd be fun to be around.
Yeah.
Um, and I, you know, and that's yeah, I guess I don't know. Yeah, we just haven't seen that as much with Zoe
Yeah, that's true.
because
You're
yeah, I mean, yes, she sort of helps out with Evelyn, but it's more of a Marguerite's like, oh, she's gonna need some warm clothes while I make the food. Please go help her, and she's like, I guess. You know,
yeah.
she's not like actively. I mean, they're all in the same category, but
Mm-hmm. No, I
like,
get it. Yeah, like still like kind of a give or take.
yeah. So
Why is Piers so high?
he's not like bad looking.
That's so awesome. I can't stand him.
There's nothing even wrong with him.
I don't know why I dislike him so much.
I think it's well. It just started as a meme because it's funny to shit on him because like I don't know. It's Piers.
Brad Vickers a little offended, but
Yeah,
I
I don't know.
understand.
I
Punk,
don't
I get
like,
it.
and maybe it's just probably more just because I haven't had the like. I don't find him like physically that attractive, and I just haven't had the time to like emotionally get attracted to him because he dies in like 10 seconds.
He was also in Resident Evil 1. Don't you forget that.
He had like what one line? He's like, "Hey, you guys made it."
Yeah, honestly, I said don't you forget that, and I forgot what he did in the first game.
And he's the helicopter pilot. He shows up for like 1 minute.
No, I know. I'm just saying I didn't remember any of his lines.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you any of his lines.
Hunk, I know you explained that earlier. William, why is he so low?
You
Why is
know,
William so low?
he's not that bad looking. I think the issue is that he feels like he'd be super whiny.
Is that why Annette feels like she's going through a divorce
Oh yeah,
before she's
probably.
even getting?
I think everyone would want to divorce William after a couple of years.
That's fair. Krauser, I totally understand him being here. I'm not even gonna question you.
Yeah. I
Um,
know you're the Louise
Lu-
one. I don't know, like I just he's goofy, but like he's just not my type. I don't know.
he couldn't treat. You don't think he could treat you right?
No, he's definitely the type to like act like he would, and then just like
Mm-hmm.
completely drop the ball.
No, totally. I think I'm interested.
Okay,
That's what
write
I
that
like
down.
about him.
Drop the ball more.
And then the other two I totally get for your Mel
Yeah,
list.
yeah. Martin, I think is just not. I mean, I respect him. I respect him as a character and as a person, but like he's just not my.
Type.
Yeah. And Zoe, yeah, is sort of just also in the not my type kind of category.
Mm-hmm. And finally we get to the nah. Sadler, I don't understand how you say nah, but you know what? We'll move
He's
on.
an old freaky man who's just weird and evil.
Oh, but you put Albert.
At least Albert Wesker looks hot.
Okay,
He
fair.
actually looks like he cares about personal hygiene.
Should I send you? I was about to say, like, what if I just sent you? Like, I was gonna say, wow, this is like, you think this is peak hotness, and I was just gonna look at a picture of shirtless Albert Wesker, and then I was like, maybe, maybe I don't do that.
Yeah, so there is a common theme, I think, among my nah category.
Man,
Yeah, evil, creepy man who is just a massive. I don't know if Salazar is weird, but okay. At least Lucas and Nikolai, they're just massive pieces of shit. Uh, and Salazar and Sadler, you know, look like a dried out grape, and are also evil.
yeah, you're right. I had to like think. I was just like, he looks. Sorry, he looks like a dried out grape, brother. Do you mean a raisin?
Nope, grape. Okay, what? Look at Google dried out grape. No, I'm trust me. This is a real thing. I swear.
Yes, I know that. I looked it up, and you want to know what came up, Zach? You want to know what came up, Zach? When I typed out dried out grapes?
And all the images say dried grapes. Most of them don't say.
I
Raisins.
literally saw make your own raisins as the first thing, Zach. As the first thing.
I'm seeing in Google Images. I'm seeing close up of dried grapes. Stock image of Tasty 775697171.
Please look at what I've sent to you. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of raisins on here. Zach, dried grapes are just raisins.
Well, I know that one of this says oven dried grapes, aka raisins, but there's also dried _ grapes. There's dried white grapes on white background. There's Mr. Meatball oven dried grapes. It's just like blog's name. It's like a cooking recipe website. It looks like it's a really good name.
Can you please start using that? I need you to you come I feel like I need Albert Wesker to come out like in the middle of like an intimate moment and be like, "It is I, Mr. Meatball."
Maybe, yeah, should I start using that in the bedroom? Be like halfway through, I'll be like,
Yes.
I am going to use my Mr. Meatball. And then I'm gonna kill a man. Just because I know you like that.
Maybe. Can I choose which one you...
Then I'm gonna vomit up blood, if that helps.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's on your no thank yous?
Lucas, Rebecca, Ashley, Krauser, Jack Baker, Pierce.
Yeah. Yeah, I get Lucas. Krauser's just kind of weird. Yeah,
Krauser would not treat me right. Krauser's like the definition of a Sigma male. Or like an alpha male. No, he's alpha male. I feel like he'd be like, always on that alpha grind. You wouldn't understand. Like...
I feel like he'd be the type to like judge how many push-ups you do.
Mr. Krauser here would make fun of me.
Not only that, I feel like he'd bring it up in like casual conversations with people when you're just like, I don't know, you're out with some friends of both of yours, and he's just like, oh yeah, by the way, my partner can't even do 10 push-ups, and everyone's like, what?
Dude,
and he's
I can't even do one push-up.
can't do. You can say, well, I can't do 100 push-ups because you can't. It sounds more impressive that way.
True. But no, with Krauser, I feel like I'd ask him out, and he'd be like, "Sorry, I don't date like I only date beefcakes. I don't date giant out." I'm trying to think of a really dude bro way to say fat. I don't date tubs of lard, lady, and then he like does a backflip and like leaves.
I feel like he'd fuck up the backflip though.
Absolutely, like he'd like fall flat on his face, do like the Family Guy death pose, get up and awkwardly leave,
Yeah.
but act like he totally nailed it. He'd be like, "You just didn't."
No, I feel like he'd fuck it up and then try to do it again.
Could you Imagine him just keep trying.
He said like 4 times before he's like, "Ah, you get the point."
He's like, I bet you couldn't even attempt this, and then I attempted and get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Jack Baker. I just feel like I'd rather have Marguerite.
Okay, fair enough. I was like, yeah, he seems sweet though.
He does, but you know, something about it. I'm just like, not really my thing.
I get it.
And then Piers.
Yeah, yeah. Piers is Piers.
True.
Yeah, but what about Evelyn and her old, wrinkled up old lady on the wheelchair form?
Pass. So anyways, I shall keep in mind your note. So what about is it just for Jill, Lady D, and Excella? Is it just that they're women? For your top list?
Let me see. Yeah, well, yeah,
Like, I need to
Excella
understand
is
your logic
purely
here.
just the attractiveness because she actually seems annoying. She probably should go down a tier.
No, keep her up there. Keep her up there. That's what she deserves.
I don't know. Lady D is just Lady D.
Okay, hold on. Let me write notes. Large
I don't know.
memories.
It's probably half the meme at that point.
Oh yeah.
Feels just cool.
Yeah, she is.
She's got the confidence. She's got the, the style.
Okay, confidence and style. Got it.
Her name starts with the letter B.
No, it doesn't.
It ends with rigid.
Bill Valentine?
Surprise!
Wait.
It's the Resident Evil Pokemon crossover.
No way! I can't believe you're finally into Bill. No, I need. Quick! Everybody, play the clip where he goes, "Why is he so handsome?"
Okay, well, I should probably wrap it up because it's getting late. It's so easy to just go on these long tangents about tier lists. We spent like an hour talking about this one. No, I only said this 45 minutes ago.
Oops.
Well, yeah, we'll do one quick tier list, one or two, and then boom, we're 2 hours later. After we psychoanalyzed our taste in video game characters.